If you're currently a buyer in this market and you've been working with a real estate agent, chances are good your agent has said to you, we've got a good chance of winning this house if we put together a nice, clean offer. But what exactly does a clean offer mean? There's three things that are most important when it comes to putting together an offer that is going to be the most attractive to sellers in this market. First and foremost, be prepared financially. If you're a cash buyer, be prepared to prove your liquidity. You may not be asked for it, but you should be prepared to provide that information if required. And if you're financing the property, the best thing you can do is have a pre-qualification letter from a local lender. It may be tempting to work with an out-of-market lender like a Quicken Loans or somebody that you know from back home. But the reality is a local lender is going to be best able to guide you and navigate the process on a property. And listing agents and sellers like to work with people that they're familiar with. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you have your earnest money in a designated account that can be a check can be written and delivered immediately upon going under contract. The second thing is to understand that the more you ask the seller for in additional items, the less likely the seller is going to be to see your offer as simple, clean, and easy. And if there's a competing offer on the table and another offer has asked for less, you've immediately put yourself at a disadvantage. Some examples of this. Most buyers would agree that a third-party inspection is an important part of their due diligence process. However, some buyers might think that they also want copies of utility bills from the past, building plans, previous insurance claims. Those additional items may or may not actually be important to your decision-making process. And the more you request from your sellers, the less likely they are going to be to pick your offer over another offer that's asking less of them. The best way to understand what's actually important to you is to sit down and make a list of the things you have to know to make a good decision and the things that you might be willing to take some risk on or potentially compromise to get yourself in a home. The very last thing, and this is the thing that might be most important and really requires a great working relationship between you and your buyer's agent. Understand the seller's motivation. There was a day when a cash offer and a 30-day close was the cleanest thing that you could put together. And in some cases, that's still the case. But for some sellers, time is everything. They may be selling and they may be trying to get the top dollar for their home right now, but they may not know where they're going to go next. Your buyer's agent should do their due diligence before writing an offer to make sure they understand what's going to be important to that seller. Your offer may actually be cleaner and more attractive because you're willing to work with the seller on their time frame and allow them to find somewhere else to go. In fact, price isn't everything. It can mean something if you're way far off from a top offer, but if you're willing to compromise on the other things that are truly important to the seller, that's what's going to win the offer. I hope that this was valuable for you. If there's anything that we can do to help you, just let us know.